Okay, I hope everyone's having a good night. My name is Josephine Vargas, and I did my presentation on women and aging. Skin naturally changes with age by lifetime exposure to the sun, personal habits also, such as smoking, dieting, and just normal changes that occur with aging. I have a picture here of the epidermis. Um, To the left you have the younger skin, and to the right you have the older skin. The main difference, there's a couple differences, but the main difference is how the epidermis goes from smooth and shiny young, and then at old sometimes it even changes pigmentation, and the the swirl that you see is pretty much wrinkles, wrinkles that you get as you age. As women get older, they may notice that the skin is no longer smooth or tight as it once was when you were young. Skin at any age, but mostly when you get older, bruises easily because of the loss of support around the blood vessel walls that happen with age. Here you have another picture of younger and older person, except your actual skin. Now the wrinkles that you saw in this cell pigmentation that I showed you earlier is how wrinkles are created through time. The skin surface eventually loses fat in the cheeks, temples, chin, and nose around the eyes, and that may loosen and give the skin more of a leaner look, which is not really good or attracting at all. There's a significant loss of facial bone with age. Um, Aging of the skeleton may be due to changes in relative dynamics of the bone expansion and bone resorption. Bone resorption leads to biometric volume loss. You have age 35, age 45, and age 55 showing you the differences of the bone structure and how you age. Without the structural support of bone, there are noticeable changes in other layers of overlying soft tissue and skin. If you lose bone around your mouth and chin, the skin around your mouth may pucker. Even the nose may change due to the loss of cartilage. You may notice lines on your face as early as the age 30, as the picture shows, your 30s and 40s, that result to expressions you made throughout your lifetime, such as raising your eyebrows, and another factor that plays with your skin is gravity, and unfortunately we can't fight gravity. When the skin becomes elastic, gravity makes the eyebrows and the eyelids droopy, and that's what causes them to drop. But there is a somewhat of an upside, which is that you could help yourself fight with gravity rather than against, and that's with helping yourself by not smoking and staying away from the sun. Some ways of preventing aging includes sun exposure. Alright, here we go. Over time, the sun's UV light damages certain fibers in the sun, known as elastin. The breakdown of elastin fibers causes the skin to sag. Be careful, sun damage may not show when you're young, but it will later in life. Nothing really repairs sun damage or really undoes it, but sometimes the skin may repair itself. That's why it's never too late to protect yourself from sun exposure or skin cancer, which you don't ever want to experience. Don't go outside for long periods of time between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. because that's when the sun rays is extra strong. If you wear makeup, make sure to always take it off at night. Wash your face thoroughly with soap and water, and once you've had it dry, make sure you moisturize your skin. Wearing sunscreen is a must. Make sure that the sunscreen has a SPF of 30 or more. The more the better. Vertical lines that appear between your brows, which is the diagram right here. The left is more of a diagram that normally a young person would have, and to the right is normally what an older person would have. The lines that appear between your brows result from muscle contraction. When you concentrate, when you squint, or when you frown, the muscles between your brows contract, and this is what causes the skin to furrow and fold. That's why sometimes you see people who have vertical lines on their foreheads and their faces are neutral. It's just through time from making certain expressions. So if I was you, I would either be happy or stay neutral. After years of frequent contraction, those wrinkles can linger even after the muscles are at rest. Exercise not only appears to keep the skin younger, it may reverse skin aging in people who start exercising late in life, according to surprising new research. That is very hard to believe because you're starting a little too late, but I guess better late than never. Structure changes of aging. Whoop, that was too fast. Smoking speeds the process of aging and causes skin to wrinkle prematurely, which is the diagram to the right. Smoking is associated with skin damage all over the body. That doesn't only include the face. The main cause is nicotine in tobacco. This results in restricting blood flow to the skin, which causes it to be oxygen starved and more prone to pruning. Keep your skin in top form. Stay away from extreme cold and heat. Avoid harsh soaps and detergents. Moisturize regularly and keep alcohol consumption to a minimum. Minimize stress. Get optimal sleep on a regular basis and maintain a healthy weight. In other words, take good care of your entire body and chances are you will be rewarded with healthy skin for a lifetime. Thank you, and this is my presentation on women and aging.